going. Show us something we don't know. Just sit. You are there like, sit down. That's tennis for you. Anyways, let's move on. I went to see Sundowns celebrating things that they had already.
Hey.
I'm like, what celebrate that? You know, Sundowns, they're taking everything, bro. All the trophies are in Sundowns. Officially, Sundowns has become the Dropbox of the PSA. Like, you can actually, like, Google the trophy and it'll come to you. I was at Lord Cop. They're using, like, trophy, Netbank. By very says, Dostop. Like, you know, like, trophies are everywhere, Joe. Everywhere. The Piazza Dadia bet the medal. It's MTN 8. Like, it's just fun, Joe. But if you don't know the song, Mari Buseng, why is it Mari Buseng? Mari Buseng. You know that song? We can say roboto.
Yes.
Mari, sometimes you ready.
Stop.
Sometimes you. Why one?
We are
Yes. Pirates are winner.
Hey,
Hey, next week you are thrower. Next thing you are giwa one way. Like Mari Buseng, Pirates. I will survive a guy. Pirates go back. Mukar the betches are correct. I will survive Nakama left or Nakama right. But there were PSL awards and Coach Steve and Coach Mangoba and Coach Rulani won Coach of the Season. But I feel like there was one coach that was robbed that I feel like was supposed to be a joint coach. Mam Kize. Not John Maduga. Mam Kize herself. The only coach to make you realize who the player but when I lead the jukebox. Fagi Mali Zobo.
Yo, well, after the ad break, we continue our conversations right here in studio. Awanda Malinga, who is going to be representing South Africa in France in August, is going to be talking to us about her journey in squash and why this is going to be a very important tournament. Don't miss out.
Please note that the official date for analog television switch-off is imminent. If you're still watching television through an aerial, please take the following steps to continue watching your favorite programs on the SABC. Buy a digital tuner for your analog TV set and get connected. Buy any digital television decoder, either satellite or digital terrestrial, and get connected. Buy a smart television and connect through an aerial. If you can't afford any of the above, please contact your nearest post office for more information on how to connect. For more information, please WhatsApp 0600 625 458 or call 0860 736 832.
I am the beginning. I am a noon, the light of 1 trillion stars, the sun reflecting on the moon. I am the coalescing of cosmic stardust into an infinite universe, vibrating, oscillating, reverberating, condensing into a body of focused potential, into sounds of Hosanna. I am more than one body. I am a being of two aspects, of light and shadow. I am made to yin and yang, to zig and zag. I am black and white and every color chakra in between. I am a spectrum of spirit, a mosaic of thoughts. I am a tapestry of emotions, a kaleidoscope of life. I am the third eye glimpsing into the fourth dimension. I am the one who bends space and alters time. I am the faith that shapes inverno. I bear a cross to strengthen my body. I consume the Quran to challenge my mind. I savor the Torah to enrich my soul. I walk an inward path, a lifelong journey, a sadhana back to myself. I am that I am. SABC Religion. Feed your soul.
Your Wednesdays will never be the same. Ever. EFC's The Fighter is a gridlocked, action-packed show that gets you up close and personal with EFC fighters and the roster.
First of all, I'm a redhead, and I'm pretty sure it's a known fact that redheads have the highest pain tolerance.
Watch as they draw their blood, sweat, and tears for the love of extreme fighting. Catch The Fighter Wednesdays at 9 p.m. live on SABC Sport Channel on OpenView 124. SABC DTT and on Telkom 1.
Welcome back. You are still tuned in to this explosive edition of Sport at 10. I am Xoli Zondo, and now I am joined by Awanda Malinga, who is going to be representing South Africa in France in August. And of course, it is for the World Junior Champs, the individuals. Firstly, congratulations on that. It's a massive feat, especially thinking about the last time that you traveled, which was before, you know, this whole COVID pandemic situation.
Yeah, I'm super excited about the trip to France. Even though that I was injured a few weeks ago, basically, but I'm back and I'm ready to train hard and get prepared for the trip and go overseas and just play my best and just represent the country and myself and my family.
All right, so I just want to know, you're basically growing up exposed to so many sporting codes, and you think to yourself, I want to play squash professionally. How were you even introduced to the sport? How did you know that this is something that you would love? When did you fall in love with it?
I started squash when I was 7 years old. My dad introduced me to the game. So ever since then, I've been playing, I've been training with him. He's my #1 coach, so I go to him for coaching. Sometimes some Zambian guys who assist. I also go to Tugs for group training, and then I train when I can. And then also there's a thing of academics that comes in, so I also have to focus there. I'm not always sport.
And we talk about academics. On Monday, you are writing an exam, mathematics, and you here on Sport at 10. If there is someone that is able to multitask, it's you. Are you ready for that exam, though? You can tell me in secret, are you?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah. What are they testing quite a lot now? Because it's grade 11, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that they're testing, finances and all that. Ooh. And then they have a geography test, business test coming up. So I have to prepare for all of that during this week.
So we were so concerned when you got the ACL tear, the injury. How did the injury come about?
So it was 5 months ago, just before the year started with tournaments or any athletics meetings. So I was at school and I tore I was doing long jump, and as I did long jump I went into the pit and I felt something hurt in my knee, and then I didn't stop. I actually carried on doing other events like the 100 and the 200 and the relay. And then after that, the next day, I felt my knee was a bit sore, it was swollen. So I went to go see the sports doctors, the physio, the bio. Then I found out that I tore my ACL partially. So that was not great news for me to hear. So I was quite devastated. But the journey has been long, but I've learned a lot and I've gone through so much that I can learn about and that I can take forward, that I need to do a proper warm-up, I need to stretch down, and I'm done. So yeah, I've learned a lot, and I'm thankful for the medical team for assisting me.
But just like the champ that you are, you bounce back from that injury with a victory. That is just unthinkable to me, because you were out for 5 months, you get back onto the scene and you get a victory. Talk us through that.
Yeah, when I played the NJSA Open, the Northern Junior Squash Association Open, I was super excited to play it because it was my first tournament. So I was a bit nervous. How am I going to play? Have the other girls improved? Is my knee going to be okay? Am I going to be scared? Because still mentally, I still have that thing of I need to be careful when I play. So when I won that final on the Sunday, I was just super happy and just thankful for everybody who's assisted me through my journey, my parents for the medical assistance, and just for them being there for me, and the rest of my family for helping out, and family and friends and stuff.
Okay, so now we need to talk about what's happening in August when you go to France, representing South Africa as one of 7 athletes who are going to be taking part in the World Junior Champs. So when you go to such a tournament, who is actually funding this?
Basically, it's my parents have to fund it. Squash SA will help here and there, but to be honest, it's not enough for me to fly there, get accommodation, and just to be able to get what I need there. So there's a lot of strain on my parents trying to get sponsorships. So if anybody can help me, that will be appreciated, you know. There's many ways you can get to me, like my social media, like everything is at Malinga Awanda. So I'm super excited to go, but also there's the thing of the financial side that needs to hopefully be taken care of soon. So yeah.
But also, what's very important about this tournament is that there is also a possibility to be, you know, recognized and scouted internationally, which is why it's so important for you to be going to France and doing so well.
Yeah, it is so important for me to play well there and to make sure that I make a name for myself, even though I'm representing South Africa there. So when I get there, I need to behave, I need to play well, I need to have respect for everybody else that's there, and just to represent myself well so that the scouts can see me and that they can assist me to end up going overseas to train as well as to study there for uni and college or whatever you prefer to say. So I'm super excited to go. I keep saying it, but I really am. So yeah.
No, it truly is going to be exciting. I'm also going to say happy belated, even though it was like a week ago or so, turning 17 years. You know, you're very young, and we are in the month of June. It's Youth Month. What's your message to the young people that are watching SportAt10 now?
Just honestly that you need to just work hard on what you want to do and to make sure that you're surrounded by the right people to assist you to get you to your goals that you want to achieve. There's a lot that you can do personally. That social media is so big right now. There's a lot of assistance you can get from different pages about mental health, about manifestation, about training sessions or whatever you need. Just go get that information and just assist yourself in that way.
You are so brilliant. You are so smart.
Thank you.
I know you are going to do so well in France because we are going to be keeping a keen eye on you in terms of what happens. Good luck with the exam on Monday, Matt.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks.
I know you're going to do very well. We really need to make sure that Awanda Malinga makes her way to France. You know, I know the country is huge and there's so many people who will be able to contribute and, you know, just offer that assistance to make sure that she represents the country in France, you know, one of few that have been selected to do so. So really do reach out. Let's make sure Guti, her dreams do come true. After the ad break, though, we turn an eye onto table tennis because Durban is going to be hosting this World Tournament edition next year. But we'll be chatting about that just after this break.
Lights out, W Series is underway. Oh, that's hit! Jamie Chadwick's been hit! Oh, look at this! There's a change in the lead! And there's the move.
Head down and get up to the car in front.
Brilliant victory in the wet for Emma Kimmerleinen. Alice Powell gets through to give her the championship lead. Jamie Chadwick retains her crown in some style. This is W Series.
The lights come on and flash.
What they need most of all, Jenny, is some luck.
And action got underway, but look at this car. It's a very different and challenging role.
Oh! Taylor's rolled!
W the world's first female-only racing series.
This time it supports the global circus of Formula One.
And we go green, very good start. Price goes to the inside too. It's a historic day for Porsche as they take their first Formula E win.
A weekly blow-by-blow account of everything boxing. News, highlights, previews and profiles. Every swing, every punch, every jab, every uppercut, and the bob and weave from the world of pro boxing. Boxing World Weekly, every Friday at 6 p.m. on SABC 1, SABC Sport, DTT Channel 124, OpenView Channel 4, and also available on Telkom 1.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us on Sport at 10. Before the ad break, I alluded to the fact that we'll be talking about table tennis, and that is because next year, May 2023, the world will be descending on Durban, and that is for the World Tennis Championships. To talk about that, which is the Table Tennis Championship, is the SA President of the Table Tennis Board, and Joe Karim. Thank you so much for your time. Just on our screen here is a beautiful logo that we have seen. The 2023 World Table Tennis Championship Finals, they are going to be staged in Durban next year, and the logo has finally come together, something that you were doing in the past week. Maybe chat to us about that design process and making sure that this comes together.
Well, we went the route of soliciting ideas from different people. We then opened it up. We had about 20-odd designs. And somehow our panel didn't like it.
What?
And then they decided, wait, let's take the things that came our way and we will design it ourselves. So one of our colleagues decided to put his hand together, and this is the end result, and sent it off to the International Table Tennis Federation, and they approved it, and so here we are. And then today I was quite excitedly told by someone from Poland that they saw this logo on our on the ITTF website, and they really liked it. So that's a plus for our designer.
That's a huge tick. You know, if even internationally the market is saying this is the logo, then that's amazing. But the last time you were here on Sport at 10, we were, of course, celebrating the fact that the rights were now awarded to host the Table Tennis Championships. What has been the progress so far from when they were awarded to now?
Well, sadly, COVID had a big say in where we find ourselves now. So the brakes were put on. But we've had a number of engagements with the International Federation around how best to save the day. We then took an approach that says there'll be a joint approach to the hosting. So it's not the South African Table Tennis Board on its own anymore, but a collaboration with the ITTF coming here to also assist. There are some guarantees that we've put in place. So I think all told, we're on the right track. We just need some corporates to also come on board now so that we can make this thing awesome event. I think what we've seen so far after the launch last week was a great deal of enthusiasm by a number of the media houses. We're here tonight again. So I think that the clock is ticking in the right direction now, and hopefully we can make up for lost time.
Absolutely. And Joe, you know, a championship like this obviously will contribute to the economy. You know, we know it's going to be such a huge boost. What are we looking at in terms of the figures and the positive impact that the championships are going to have?
Well, I think firstly we just need to say we need to give Durban a serious boost. Yeah. It's been through a lot, and so hopefully this will also generate the hope, the glamour, and bring people to our shores. When we last hosted the World Junior Championships, just to give you a very brief idea, was after the event, 2 weeks after the event, we still heard of people who came to the junior event traveling around in the Kruger National Park. So when we speak about sports tourism and the economy of sport, then we need to look back to the World Cup. In 2010, we now look at what we've got. So we're going to have around about 400 athletes that will come with the entourage, support groups. A country like Japan and Germany and China will come in with their own TV crews and the like. So it's just big. I mean, the number of countries we're going to host for the general meeting, 227 countries will come to just for the meeting. So you've got heads of presidents of the different federations coming here. So that too, that's apart from the players and these 227 delegates. In addition to that, you obviously have the sports fans. Earlier on, I just said to you that in Germany, the German Timo Boll, when he went to China, he was mobbed by the Chinese fans. So our sport is big globally. You can't have a sport that's played in 227 countries not seen as being big. So our mission is to host this World Championships successfully, but more importantly, also set a legacy for the way we move forward.
And it's good that we are now taking a look at the visuals, because that is the sort of action that we can be expecting to see at the World Table Tennis Championships that will be staged in Durban next year. But also very exciting is the coaching clinics that came as a result of this.
Yeah, look, when we bid to host this World Championships, we had two things in mind. One, it was to ensure that our sport is not seen as a Cinderella sport, that we actually lift the profile of our sport in our country. That was the first part of it. The other is also to ensure that we extend our footprint across the country. And then recently we also recognized the fact that through sport we can do social upliftment programs. And we've kick-started that process with a social cohesion program launched in KwaMashu last week. So that is to make sure that we actually go to the different regions in KZN, and for the people of KwaZulu-Natal, the entire province, to feel the presence of the World Cup in their province.
Sure. No, this really does sound exciting. But the one thing that we need to talk about is really just how lucrative the sport is, you know, and where we are in terms of making sure that it is professional. Because we know in other countries, you know, athletes that are playing table tennis professionally are able to look after their families, you know, sustain their well-beings off the sport. In terms of, as a country, where are we, and where do we see ourselves getting to that point where the athletes can also sustain themselves through the sport?
I think that's the tragedy of our sport, in that our champions of yesteryear have to fend for themselves.
Yeah.
And we need to change that narrative now, so that beyond this World Cup, we would have set the stage for national leagues to be kicked off and for it to be professionalized. We've seen now what we have focused on is also to grow the game in our region, because you cannot have and sustain a high level of competition if you're only focusing on the South African athletes. Unlike, say, the Moroccans and the northern countries, where they can just flip over into Europe and go and play in those competitions. For us, it's a major track to get into the mainstream of European circuits and the Chinese circuit and so forth. In fact, Germany hosts the most lucrative league, and you'll have most of your top players going to Germany. So we can't do that all the time right now. And so we've got to build the impetus for that to happen. This World Championships is the foundation for all that we want to see. We've also agreed with the ITTF that beyond the World Cup, there must be a guaranteed amount that stays within the country, and that's also been agreed upon now.
That's very exciting. So it's May, it's the end of May. What are we looking at, the 22nd?
22nd to the 28th of May, we will be in Durban at the Durban ICC. And I think that also highlights the kind of facilities we have in this country.
Yeah.
I mean, that ICC comes with a ready-made arena. So we will have our main show court in this arena with subsidiary courts, and then a complete exhibition area for people to come and exhibit their wares, whether it be sports equipment or whatever.
Sure. Joe, this really is amazing. I'm looking forward to it. I know the entire country is also looking forward to it. That is Joe Karim, the SA Table Tennis Board president, talking to us about what's going to be happening in Durban next year from the 22nd till the 28th of May. It is, of course, the Table Tennis World Championships. After the break, we turn our attention now to boxing. It is all about EFC, and that's exactly what we'll be unpacking.
Hierdie week is ons op die Kahora Bassambeer in Mosambiek. Met 'n toneel wat herinner uit 'n Mad Max rolprent, vaar ons met 'n flotilje ander bote. Toe dit donker word die anker gesak en die nette te water gelaat. Dis die Kapenta-bedryf. Aan duisende mense op die Afrika vasteland voorsien die goedkoop bron van proteïene 'n daaglikse voedsame maaltyd. Maar kom kyk self. Voetspore SABC, maandag aand om 7 net op SABC 2.
Mzansi football is about to change forever.
Football is freedom. Let's just go there and enjoy ourselves. Let's play. There's nothing impossible. We just go there and win the game.
Crunching tackles and lightning pace have a new face. Istande, Zamaya, and Ishibobo will be executed with perfection. Tactics will come alive with excellence and precision, just by the players you're yet to meet. Our names will be known from KwaZulu to the Free State. Our names will be praised from the Table Mountain to the hills of Venda. Because this time around, we, the women of Mzansi, take to the field. We're taking Itiski to new heights. Our home is football, and we love it here.
Double save! A double save!
Catch all the action of the Hollywood Bets Super League live on SABC 1, S3, DTT, and also available on Telkom 1. SABC Sport is the home of football.
Next time on Gospel Classics.
Sisterhood of Women Come Worship. I know that there's advantages of having a child while you are a child yourself.
Gospel Classics every Sunday at 4 p.m. on SABC 2. More for you.
It's crazy to be a part of this team.
Their biggest ever win.
It's all about German football. Keep up with the latest from the Bundesliga every Monday at 8 p.m. on SABC Sport DTT Channel 124, OpenView Channel 4, and also available on Telkom 1.
At SportAt10. I can't believe we're actually halfway through the show already, but of course it is an interview that I've been looking forward to for a very long time. Awanda Malinga is here in studio, and of course we're talking the Extreme Fighting Championship that is going to be happening this weekend as the Ghost looks to defend his bantamweight division title. A very good evening to you. It's so good to finally see you in the flesh, Ghost, because
Thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate it. It's a good. This is a good opportunity for us, especially MMA fighters. Don't really get these opportunities, so I really appreciate it.
Yeah. You know what? Let's get something clear, because people at home, they just see you and they just see this, chilled-looking guy with a belt, and they don't understand what's going on. MMA meaning mixed martial arts, meaning boxing, wrestling, judo, all these martial arts
Everything.
inside one thing. And you are from where?
From Quebeca.
Quebeca meaning PE.
Yes.
And that's one place that is very, you know, synonymous with boxing and rugby.
Yeah.
When you are a brown belt, BJJ Kuli, it means Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes.
And you are a judoka.
Yes.
So why did you just step out of what's happening in Eastern Cape and then you landed into all these things?
When I grew up, my uncle, two of my uncles used to do judo.
Okay.
So one passed away, unfortunately. But the one that is in Cape Town now, always looking up to him. So I started judo as well at a very young age. Then I met MMA through judo because while I was doing judo, Chris, my coach now, used to come and train with the guy that coached me in the beginning in MMA. They used to come in the same place that I used to do judo. Yeah. So I met them through judo.
Yeah.
And then later on, I joined them every now and then when they do BJJ.
Yeah.
And then they showed me MMA fights, and then I was like, yes, I need to try this.
Yeah, you just
I was hooked. Yeah.
You just want to punch someone, because with judo you don't punch someone, you just throw them around.
Yeah.
So fast forward to the bright lights of Johannesburg, and then there you are inside the EFC, and now you are the bantamweight champion, and you beat a very, very dangerous fighter who was here, who's Faiz Jacobs.
Yes.
Now, as a champion, and with Quebeca looking at you right now, what does this accomplishment mean?
You know, growing up, I always wanted to be a champion in something, in judo. Or I did become a champion in judo in certain competitions, but I didn't have a chance to go in international stages. So with MMA, I think when I started MMA, my goal was to become an EFC champion.
Yeah.
But I must tell you, it wasn't easy. I thought it was going to be easy, but in the beginning, I had tough fights.
Yeah.
I didn't have a good record in the beginning.
Yeah.
But along the way, I started, everything started to gel.
Yes.
And then that's when I thought my dream, now it's about to come true.
Yes,
and then 2 years ago, I started to challenge Faiz when he was a champion.
Yes.
And then I didn't get the opportunity to fight him. They gave Shifumbo the opportunity.
Sylvester Shifumbo, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Koli, awkward question?
I'm just actually just looking at that. You're so passionate. What's very interesting for me is that you are navigating between the EFC contract and the Abu Dhabi-based contract. How are you able to do that?
With that, we work with EFC. With EFC contract, the guys, they let us to go and fight elsewhere in other organizations, even though we are contacted with them. Yeah. So I think it's a good thing to have the guys. They have a good understanding.
So they don't close you in. They allow you to do you while you are still in the organization.
No, not at all. Even Biko, I think when 2 years or 3 years ago, we went to Japan while he was still contacted with EFC.
Oh, okay. So by the way, Biko Quebeca has 2 EFC champions, first ever.
Yeah.
Right, so you guys are really represented. So Biko is the other champion.
Yes.
Okay, now you are fighting a very strong somebody who's coming out of a well-accomplished gym, CIT. He's fighting Cameron Simon, who's training with like the best. I don't want to say best, but our striker, Dricus Duplessis, who's at UFC. He's like doing ground game with Marino, you know, Kutendana. What can you promise us for Saturday? Because you're defending this thing, and that guy wants this thing. So what can you promise us, and what's new, you know, considering his record?
One thing for sure, on Saturday night, I'll come up on top. I'll take my belt back to Quebeca.
Yeah.
I don't care what he brings in on the table on that night. I'll come up on top.
Yeah. But what do we know about this opponent? You know, when you say you are going to be coming out on top, yini lama weaknesses osuwabonile Cameron that you know you can capitalize on?
I believe I'm more experienced than him. Cameron only has 4 fights in EFC. Yeah. And he's still young. He's still young. I think he's still in the learning curve, learning stage, if I can say.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's matured enough to fight someone like me.
Okay, now that's you know why I can tell you that, you know, like Sindile has got something going.
Yeah.
There's even a beautiful, like a special message that's coming from a special person who comes out of Gqeberha that is coming his way. I'll let him to just, you know, look into the camera and tell us about that message and who it's coming from.
Yeah, on Monday morning, I wake up to a message from Siya Kolisi, our Springbok captain. Yes, I was talked. Yes. It's something that I wasn't expecting, especially from him. But I've seen him when they were touring with the trophy after they won the World Cup, but I haven't met him personally. So I wasn't expecting that.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And I want to say something to him. Jan.
Yes.
Komgqibelo nakanjani ibhandi ndibuya nalo Jan yakuthi.
Hey, now can we? I know you don't trash talk. I know you are a cool guy. You're humble and everything. But can we just just get out of the comfort zone and prediction? Which round?
I don't think we'll pass the first 3 rounds.
Wow.
You know what? To
That
wrap up,
is
let me
a
do
huge
something
one.
different. Come on over. Let's do something called a stand-up. So let me show you what's happening with the stand-up. This is what's going to happen on Sunday. On Saturday, the champion Biko, please come join us. And this is what you need to expect at EFC. Here's Lutando Biko. He's like the featherweight champion. And we're going to do a stand-off. And Biko, you're going to just be the separate. So we're doing it like this before we go to the ad break. Look.
Oh, Nazoge.
Let's take a break before I kill someone. A break before
really. Let's absolutely take a break on that note, but wishing the Ghost all the best this weekend as he looks to defend his bantamweight division title. It is truly going to be epic in terms of the EFC. We are going to be talking to Umthandazo Gadya, and he's also going to be performing for us.
Next on Jane the Person.
It's time for you to get on board.
Ooh, an ultimatum.
Fine, I'm on board.
She's not.
Bonjour.
Who's that?
Who are you?
I'm Catalina's husband.
Catalina. Bad girl.
You're married? I saw you two talking.
And Raphael dared to say.
Petra, I think you're being a little paranoid.
Uh-oh. Run, Raphael. Jane the Virgin. Saturdays on 2.
Next time on Gospel Classics.
Sisterhood of Women Come Worship.
I know that there's advantages of having a child while you are a child yourself.
Gospel Classics every Sunday at 4 p.m. on SABC2. More for you.
Topic of discussion here today is bad habits in marriages. Hey.
When he drinks tea, Kalabo.
Habits stem from just our human nature. We're animals of habit.
My wife failed to keep time when we have to go anywhere.
It takes a while to look this good, so...
Nice. After the Vows, every Sunday night on SABC2.
As a parent in South Africa today, you constantly worry about
IT specialist CD used technology as a foundation to develop an app that would assist with the societal crisis.
Transi targeta the party state 3, which is Kemotswadi, Kiskola transport driver, Luko Skolo.
I think it's a good system for both the parent, the school, and the learners themselves.
Solutions 24, Sundays at 8 p.m. on SABC2, where you belong.
Topic of discussion here today is bad habits in marriages. Hey.
When he drinks tea, ne, kalabo.
Habits stem from just our human nature. We're animals of habit.
My wife failed to keep time when we have to go anywhere.
Takes a while to look this good, so.
Nice. After the Vows, every Sunday night on SABC 2.
Mzansi football is about to change forever.
Football is freedom. Let's just go there and enjoy ourselves. Let's play. There's nothing impossible. We just go there and win the game.
Crunching tackles and lightning pace have.
I am Olizondo, and right now joined by Umthandazo Gaja. He is a summer nominee, internationally recognized. We know this because of the international collaborations that he's had, and of course burst into the scene with that hit Senzani. Firstly, welcome. Straight the inspiration with regards to that track that really went viral and that put you on the mark.
So with Senzani, it's one of those songs because umthandazo umculo ngabhali. I let it come out. I give it my soul. That's why people are able to connect. So with Senzani, it was just one of those spiritual moments. A studio, A-flat played the chords and they just moved me. After feeling that pain, and the first word that came to my mind was Senzani. And then I started dwelling, on all those things. Senzani,
Sure. Into futhi nje engimangazayo, born in the south of Joburg. Kodwa the music that you're really into is Maskandi dance. I-inspiration yakhona ngoba bekuzocabanga ukuthi hayi mhlambe if umuntu waseNatali ke it comes naturally.
So being born at Johannesburg, uyabona mos at Johannesburg, sizindidi zabantu kwamaXhosa kwamaZulu kwamantoni. So I was exposed kakhulu kumaZulu because ekhaya was iTavern. So there's a brother of mine named Uputbong Musa, but he passed on. He used to drive a taxi. So behlezi dlala umaskandi. So I fell in love with the sound, your maskandi, and I've just been, a fan of umaskandi, but trying different, sounds just as a way also of growing as an artist. So I'm using that maskandi and just every other sound to just come up with this new sound that I can't even categorize, because every time Anbuzwa about what category do you fall under, I can't really give an answer because then are almost, every type of music, but it just is that maskandi thing.
Absolutely, and also because it sounds so unique, maybe, which is why you can't really box it and categorize it. About Say It Out Loud, That was also very huge. How did that come about?
Senzani was going viral in the country. It was #1 on Viral 50. Yes. It was #1 on all stations, #1 on Shazam. So these guys were also going viral in South Africa. So they're from Canada. So when I was #1, they'd be #2. Landing on #2, was #3.
Okay.
So but deciding ngale meaning okay, masimamele lo muntu siphazamisayo from reaching the #1 spot. And then it just connected, with them and just everything else, and just the sound they believe in, because nabo believe in having, a specific sound or falling under a certain category.
I got
so
you.
It so happened, we also, do music with one purpose, which is to touch, the hearts or the souls of the people. They reached out, as Sangesi, Posema, they were like, bro, we want to do something with you.
Let's do this.
Mthandazo,
I also know that we are the Orlando Pirates. And after the season that it has had, are you still a Bagania for life?
Yeah, was OT.
Okay, all right. So now I want to question you.
Yeah.
Ngoba nje uthi uyayithanda Pirates. I just want to see, you know, ukuthi how is your sporting knowledge looking like? Sizokubonisa an image on screen, and then you'll be able to tell us if you're able to identify the athlete or, you know, umuntu osaziwayo. Now look at the screen. Ubani lona uma uthi uyabheka emva kwakho lo esimbonisayo on the screen. Can you identify this person? Nali mostani igama libhaliwe la.
Yo.
Okay, sprinter. Okay, Agani Simbini. Oh, but you probably do know Agani Batung. He really is truly phenomenal. The next one, maybe Lana, you can get at least a point. You need to get something, at least so that Gunga be 0. There he is. Orlando Pirates.
That's Babu Jomason.
There we go. Look at you. 1 out of 2. Yeah. This is the last one. Okay. If you get this one correct, you at least walk away with 2 of the 3 points. Are you able to identify this person?
What Williams, I think?
Serena
Williams.
There we go. Oh, look at that. You didn't even need clues from me. Congratulations, 2 out of 3. Yeah. You've done exceptionally well. Can't wait to hear about the international collaborations that you are going to be having with Neon Dreams and Simba. But Yazguti you are going to be gracing us with a beautiful performance. Yeah. Maybe just a quick intro about the song.
Okay, so Tembiso, you know, this is one for Senzani, you know. Ooh. If when they is Tembiso to your significant other, I'm just saying is Tembiso, you know. Yes. I just want love to win for a change.
Keep that promise. Keep that promise. If you've made the promise, you can now take your stage and give us the performance of a lifetime. Absolutely cannot wait.
Watuzohlala noma kunjani noma kumnyama sekumnyama watuzohlala noma kunjani noma kumnyama wathi siso mama nathina siso thandana yofala siso mama nathina siso thandana yofala watuzohlala noma kunjani noma kumnyama sekumnyama watuzohlala noma kunjani noma kumnyama wathi siso mama nathina siso thandana yofala siso mama nathina siso thandana yofala
What a beautiful performance. Queen Alezo Tembiso. Shambunais, I'm out of breath.
Hey, Mana, well done, Mfethu. We're going to leave you with the words that we've always, left you with.
Yes.
If you're not watching SportAt10,
what are you
doing? See you at EFC on Saturday.
Jimmy Lennon Jr. continues his introductions. We will take a look at the tail of the tape. And you see there Mike Tyson, a few years younger. He's actually 6 years younger. He's 11.5 pounds lighter than his Buster Douglas, and he's giving away 5 inches in height. And